extending beyond ticks. Ticks are down to neutral here, and price holding up. So one would expect it to price to exhaust here and try and come down just a bit. Waiting for that next update. We never did. We kind of just been in, boy, it really has been, except for the range has been pretty big. What do we do today? 212 to 236. Everything's so out of whack. It's hard to read charts because that's at 24-ish, right? So it's a 23 and something range, 23 and 3/4 range. Except for the ranges have been decent. It's really just been sideways for the week here with extended ranges. But we never did get that day where the NYSE new highs got up in the 80s or the 100s. We had one good day. Today is actually a pretty strong day, except the new high is only at 32 as far as 52-week new highs. We're 80% up, down percent, so that's not bad. Strongest 80 line. Oh, Nasdaq is so Nasdaq carrying the market today. I see Nasdaq up 1.2%. The ES up 0.78%. 14-1 on the 80 line for Nasdaq 100. That is pretty strong. 14-1. Dow is 9-1. S&P is 7-1. So pretty good, pretty decent day. Small caps are on the outside here at. But they're still 2.8-1. And the Nasdaq comp, which is a pretty broad index, 2.3-1. Well, thank you, Tina, for putting in time. I know sometimes people get frustrated those first couple of days because there's just there's traders that are trading, and then there's presenters coming in, and there's gaps between presenters, and sometimes technology gets frustrating. Gotta smack this computer here. So I don't need to go through the MiM. And this is kind of your last hour, so while you have me on the mic, is there any questions? Danny's here. Oh, there comes the first update. So it got more negative here, minus 365. So it's interesting, the MiM moving one way, market moving the other way right now. that pound sign is the number of symbols, right? So we all know that. That pound sign being only 63% to the downside is not very bearish, not bearish enough to stop a train like this. Anywho, so on the leaderboard for buys, top 5 buys is Verizon, ETN, Merck, Walmart, Halliburton. So we're buying those things. What do we don't like? We don't like HON, Citi, JP Morgan. There's some finances being sold today. Triple M and Energy, NRG. We're still, I mean, price is still going up, and ticks are still kind of in a bearish divergence here. So as price goes to make higher highs, the ticks have not supporting that. VIX continue to push down 1672. Dow taking the top line here on the oh, some Dow stock just went red. Look at this thing go. That pound number now just 59%, so that's getting weaker even though we see the imbalance is growing. To the moon, Alice. So there is no MiM setting up right now. What I'll do is I'll come back in 15 minutes and get back on the mic and see if there's any follow-up questions. Let's start doing some pre-weekend cleanup here. Friday squeeze going on here. All right, it's 328. MiM is sitting at minus 466, 73 bias on the dollars, and 58 on the pound. That symbol count's always been on the weak side. Let's see, we got 177 symbols that have sell imbalances and 130 that have buy imbalances. So that's a little too close, a little non-biased here on the sale. In fact, we see the dollar top line just waning back a little bit. It had hit a I don't know, like at 324, we'd gotten down to 800 million, and now we're down to just 466 million. So that's not like what we saw yesterday, right? Yesterday we saw, and I got excited at 320 because it was getting there, but it didn't pull the trigger, and then at 330 I just had to stop talking and get in with my Pavlovian response. On that growing MiM. Tiny doing a lot of typing here. What did you guys learn? Just tell me a couple things that you guys learned this week that you didn't know. I really liked, I've seen most of the presentations. A couple people were new. So I liked the Raj Mahal VIX explanation because I hadn't really thought about volatility-linked funds. Wasn't in my scoposphere. Scoposphere? My conscious. Oh, Dinkman, great. Yeah, that is true too. That was a good inspiration too, and the NAGS trade. And I'm really glad that Brian came in and did that because I hadn't really thought about actually how to translate. A few features are easy, right? You go in long or you go in short, and that's it. Options, you got butterflies, and you have to actually get into multiples at the same time and get out, and very, very complicated. Right, I know. So you have to work twice as hard to pushing buttons. It's not like we're in a cold pit, mine pit here or anything. And profit is profit. Couldn't wait for the reveal here. And again, we just did another top up here, 27.43. So I'd say we're still going up. We're still building from 27.12.75. So 27.42.75 was 30 up. So we've been in a 30 handle range day to day. I was just talking to a technician for a hedge fund, and we're just talking about how you get these 30-point days, and there's still just consolidation inside bar days, just absorbing the impact of that sell-off. Still, the aftershocks. Did get some acceleration on the new highs. We're up to 40 new highs now on the NYSE. Still, we're getting to the top of that trading range we've been in, and we're not punching more new highs in here. So that's not particularly bullish because you'd think there'd be some stocks worth buying on highs here, and they're not doing it. Tiny's going to be happy oh pie. Pope. Pope. Then continuing to wane. All right, so I'm going to just take another little 10-minute break. I'll be back, and we'll walk through the reveal, then we'll walk through the last 15 minutes of the day, and be done with it. Call it a weekend. talking and my button's off. So that's it. So 85 million to sell MOC, right? That is nothing, nothing. So I ain't gonna be a surprise on the closing imbalance here. But they're not buying this market. People are not jumping in. Um, People are not jumping in to buy at this level. As I was just talking to a technician for hedge fund, and he says they're having a hard time finding symbols to buy because everything's still a little bit overvalued. And they is not putting money to work. Okay, so it's 3:45. We've gone through the reveal. I don't know if Danny's going to post what he saw for the MOC numbers or not. He usually gets them from somebody. There we go. All right, good. So pop just a little bit higher here at 27.44. So still, we've had some nice days. We're at the top of our trading range here, but still not popping through, and still no breakout to the upside, and still no 10-to-1 day, right? We had 80% up-down volume today. That's pretty decent. It's pretty bullish, but kind of want to see that 90% number get hit. So I'm going to let the day close out. Last chance to ask a question in person. Never a last chance, my friends. Who's watching rugby and drinking beers? I'm trying to decide. I'm going to stay up till, is it 1:30 in the morning, the curling gold medal tonight? Watch Germany beat Canada. Boy, Canada's not having a good Olympics here. Marlin and MrTopStep. Oh, and this one, my phone number is 678-03-4776. You think we're going to 65 number is? You think we're going to hit that on Monday? Head up 2765. Is that what you're thinking? You're welcome, Rob. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of it. And for all the people at MrTopStep, I just want to thank you. And our presenters were great. We'll continue our relationships with you guys one way or the other. We're always here. You got our email. You got our website. You know where we are. And I'll tell you, we will work for you, whether you're a member or not. If you have information, you've got stuff, because we love to teach the markets. I love technology. Danny likes being, Danny knows a lot of people. And he can get you in contact with people if you need to know people or understand stuff. We may not know everything, but we might know somebody who knows something, and that can be useful too. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks, Steve. I'm going to say goodbye. I'll be monitoring the chat here in the last 15 minutes or so, and then I'll just see you in the inboxes over the weekend, or you can call me on my cell phone. Thank you, Hedgehog, and we'll continue that way. And hopefully I'll see some of you guys in the room on Monday. Talk to you later.